Hi, it's Evan Pickworth, Editor-at-Large, Business Day. It's an absolute pleasure to be in the offices of Moses Kgosana, CEO of Big Four accounting firm KPMG. Moses, if I could just ask you about transformation in South Africa. We've got a new Empowerment Act that's come through. A lot of businesses are struggling to get their heads around this. What are the actual problems, and do you think this Act will be a solution going forward?
I certainly think the Act will be a solution, but there is a long way to go. I mean, if you look at transformation, historically, blacks who have not been included in the economy and also white who've been in the economy, there's a tug of war, what I call a catch-22 situation, where the legislation is trying to address the imbalance of the past, but is the pace of addressing it to get a buy-in from both black and white. So I think the legislation will certainly go a long way, but there must be a balance. There's a catch-22 situation to make sure that we have the right balance.
There is more that organised business can do. You yourself are involved. A bit more about your initiative in this regard.
I think organised business are doing something, but it can never be enough. I mean, if you look at where we come from, there's a lot that we need to do. What are we doing as KPMG? From KPMG's point of view, and I think all the other Big Four firms are doing the same. When we support the Tutuka project, we have a strategy whereby we have accelerated transformation, where we give bursaries to previously disadvantaged black through Tutuka Bursary Fund, but also inside our firms. Our recruitment strategy, we try to recruit more blacks to bring them into the profession. And also, our training program is designed to assist more blacks in the process. But if you ask me, we're doing, but it's not enough. I think a lot can still be done.
Foreign perceptions of South Africa when they look at these empowerment codes and labour legislation, still a little bit too negative in your view. What needs to happen to get more foreign investment?
You think from foreign investment, all these BEE laws in the country, they are more of a hindrance to them. But I think it's for us locals to make sure that we show them the benefit. And the benefit is simple. I mean, if you look at the labor force, we've got more blacks in South Africa than other races. Therefore, if we can skill the majority, we've got a far bigger pool that can supply foreign investment. So I think if we can turn it around from the negative point of view for FDIs and make it a positive, it can work.
The new code's concern just being a tick box exercise. Do you think we're moving beyond that now finally?
I think it's changing. I think lots of businesses are taking it seriously. Obviously, there is a employment equity whip from the government, but I think business are seeing it as an imperative.
Two things that we're obviously short of in South Africa seem to be leaders, strong leaders, and innovation. How do we start moving in that direction, creating strong leaders and also innovators in society?
Those, I think, are a bit of both. Innovation, South Africans, we need to innovate more and make sure that we bring new things in the economy and the consumers out there that have got a South African flavor. But leaders, I think we do have our fair share of good leaders in South Africa. Where I think we're lacking as leaders is to be able to speak up, to be able to voice our views, give our opinion, so that we can direct thinking and debate. Leaders, I think we've got good leaders around. We just need to be able to voice our opinions.
So there seems to be a lot of red tape. Are you finding that a hindrance, firstly, in your business, and red tape when it comes to other businesses?
I think from our point of view, we are able to deal with our regulators on the issues that concerns us. But you're quite right. Red tape. We need to make sure that we reduce it so that we can make sure that business let the businessman be able to do business without hindrances, but more support. And I think if you look at from the labor market's point of view, there's lots of strikes and so on that we need to make sure that we make less of. If you also look at the legislation must not be such that it hinders business from growing. But I think we're managing. Hopefully we're coping well.
A lot of competition now in the auditing and advisory space, accounting firm space. a lot of acquisitions happening in the mid-tier sector especially. Do you see a threat coming from that side? And secondly, KPMG as a business, how is your expansion going into Africa?
From our point of view, on Africa, we are expanding very well, and we've got good project that we are rolling out across the continent. One of my role is chairman and CEO of KPMG Africa, and I collaborate very well with my African countries. Mergers and acquisition is something that we're looking at to bring the like-minded professionals that we can work together. But our approach is go to the client, find out what it is that we can help them with, and design solutions that the clients need rather than amalgamating and being big and therefore not helping out.
Just the mid-tier firms, the competition, are you finding there's a bit of a threat coming, moving into your space?
If I look at my history, I mean, I used to run one of the black firms in the country. I don't see them as competition. I actually see they are growing as a wake-up call for us to look at better new product and solution that we can give our clients. I think we have got space for black firms and big four firms to operate in our market. And we work with them, we work with all of them, either on joint tenders, on government advisory work. We partner with them on a 50-50 basis or 50-40. So, 60-40. We see them as a new force that's giving us a wake-up call to keep on sharpening our innovative solutions to our business.